Welcome back to Grump's Barn, where not a lot's really happened since I last saw you, which is all down to me, and a distinct lack of arsedness, but there you go, that's life. That and the fact that every time I've come out I've been attacked by bloody midges for the last week or so. Oh, it's been abysmal. Never seen so many up here. All that warm weather and a distinct lack of wind meant that the bloody things were out like nothing on this earth. Billions of little buggers everywhere you go, and you get fed up with it and getting eaten to death every time you come out. But anyway, a bit less about me, more about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. Right, let's have a look at the couple of things I have done. Right, first off, I've finally got these secured on here, and whoop, should be one over here somewhere. Yep, there we go, on there, all nice and tight. And again, it's all bolted onto here where it's supposed to be as well. So this is all nice and tight, that's all nice and tight, can't go anywhere. And note the bird shit. Yes, there's a lot more bird shit than there was before. Look at all this. All thanks to, if you look up there, you'll be able to see that nest. Little buggers. And look on the floor down there, you'll see the results of that bloody nest. Fucking swifts are a pain in the arse. Look at the state of that. Bloody great pile of shit. In fact, it looks like from here, yep, Mum's on the nest at the minute. I can see her tail feathers, she's being very quiet. Things I part with for wildlife. Yep, so the steering is all done completely. I can now move on from that. Oh, actually, no, I can't. As ever. One little job I've got to do in a minute. These tabs, you see there, they haven't been bent over yet. I'll do that now. Oh, and for anybody that's doing this, when you put these on, there's your bolt, there's the tab, and then there's a washer behind it. You don't have these against the chassis, you have them on the washer. Moves them off of there, makes it easier to bend them, and it makes more sense generally. Yeah, so I'm going to have to knock those over quickly in a moment. Let's just take you up to see the wonderful mess that is that small amount of repair work that was needed on the Footwell, if you remember. Well, there it is. The whole fucking lot is rotten right across here. It's all rotted out. It should go to there, straight across, but as you can see, all this is rotted out. It's not a hard fix. I'm just going to put a new bit in here. I'm going to cut a bit of this out, and if you look down here, we have a big hole now. Previously wasn't there. Again, I'm going to have to cut that off to about here. So it's rotten all the way inside. It's rotted out. Oh, I can't crack it now. Oh, hang on, maybe it's not as bad. No, I was mistaking it before. No, it's just going to have to be cut up to about here. Not there. I was mistaken when I was filling in there earlier. Or the other day. Yes, quickly. No. This is bottom bit then. The actual tab that comes across from the outside is still pretty solid. There's no fuck all rust on that really. I've treated all this down here. I chucked a load of the old acid in there the other day, vac and stuff that you can just leave dry off. And it's actually not doing too bad a job on it. I've checked the other side thoroughly. I've had all the covering off and everything on that, and thankfully there's no rot on that at all. There'll be surface rust inside, I'm sure, but there's no proper rot in there at all, which is great. So it's just this side to do. And I've even bought myself, what did I do with it? Got a new toy. Well, I say I bought it myself. My eldest actually bought it for me for a Father's Day present. Now, where's it gone? Oh, over there. Bear with me a moment. I won't cut this bit out because I'm going to take 2 seconds. What's that? Oh no, that's not it. Here we go. As you can see from the wonderful Parkside name, good old Lidl's. Dirt cheap stuff. And actually, look at that. It's a battery angle grinder. Look at the bloody stupid guard on there. And who the fuck has a guard like that? I'm going to have to use an angle grinder to cut the bloody outside of this guard off. It's bloody stupid. Fucking hell. Not quite what they're trying to protect you from. If you need a guard that bloody big, you shouldn't be using an angle grinder. But yeah, I'm going to give that a try. Should be fun. Uses the same crappy little battery that my circular saw does, that also came from Lidl's. I'll try anything once. Just put that there. And that over there, ready. I'm going to have a go at some of that metal in a minute with that. But first, I do have to bend those bloody tabs over before I forget, because the last thing I want is that coming loose. Right, back in a minute. Well, there we go. That's those all bent over. Well, you can't see them all from this angle, but I'm not bending right down under to get it under there. I assure you they're done. Right. Now onto this little bugger over here. Might have to get some extra light in here actually. Let's have a look. I thought the light was in here. Nip. Bear with me, I'll go and get the light. Well, that was a complete waste of time. I can't bloody find the lamp anywhere. It was in here. Certainly not now. Right. Now we got cutting some of this out, huh? Might have to cut a bit of that as well. Let's cut some of the others out and give it a clean up and see what we're left with. Alright, so we go with this bloody silly angle grinder, see if it works. Well, that angle grinder is certainly, fuck me, it's a kid's toy. Every time it gets caught even slightly, it cuts out. You have to restart it. And all I've done is cut a couple of bits out of it and just sort of squared it off a bit. And there's still more to cut. See, I've really cut here. If you can see that. There you go. So I started cutting along there. And it ran out of juice. Oh dear, let's get a real angle grinder out and finish this bloody thing off properly. I won't have to wait all night then. There we go, all cleaned up and squared off as much as I can get it. That will do. And that as well, cut off and squared up a bit. I can make a patch to just go in there. Would help if I didn't leave the bits of cut metal sitting at the bottom to rot off later on. Oh, bloody hell. The problem with such big fingers. Bugger getting them in somewhere like that. Right. Yep, that's done. Tidied up and cleaned. All I've got to do now is make a couple of new patches. Right, lovely. I'll have to see if I can find some card or something here. I know I've got lots. Back in a sec. And there you go. There it is, fully repaired with a piece of cardboard. All I've got to do is paint it. What do you reckon? At least as strong as the original. Yeah, it's not a bad template size, is it? So, yep, we've got a cardboard template for that one. Now all I've got to do is make one with a bigger bit, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad. See what we can find for that. And there you go. As you can see, that is now perfectly fixed with a piece of cardboard. Wonderful. Don't know why Land Rover didn't think of that in the first place. It would be so much easier and quicker. Right, obviously it needs a bit of a clean up, and there's a few little gaps here, and that doesn't matter. It's going to be butt bloody welded anyway, so it'll pull together, and then it'll warp all over the place, and then we'll have lots of fun. Deep fucking joy. Right. Now I suppose I better see about sorting these out on some metal and see what happens. Well, I've just been looking through my steel reserves. Because the piece of steel that I pulled out originally, I hadn't even looked at it, just chucked it on one side, and that was 3mm steel. Yeah, a little bit of overkill. So I'm still going to go for a bit of overkill. I'm using 2mm instead. That'll do. Took me ages to find this bit. Right. Mark them out and cut them out. Well, that's the first one cut out. And this needs a little bit of clean up, a bit more shaping slightly. It's not quite right at the bottom, but that doesn't matter. Just needs a teeny bit of buggering about with, and it will be perfect. So that's one down, one to go. Although that next one's going to have to be tomorrow, because I haven't got any more time left now. Spent far too long looking for my lamp, which I never did find. It's here some bloody where. So I'll cut the other one out tomorrow. Give it a good old bending. Now we can weld it in. Excellent stuff. Right, back in a bit. Well, there we go. The second one is now cut out. Far from perfect, but it'll bloody do. All I've got to do now is take it over to the car, put it against it, and see where I've got to bend it. Yeah, it's not a bad fit. That'll be alright once it's bent. Right, just mark this up now. Well, as I don't have a metal bender, a sheet metal bender, might make one sometime, but don't use them that often. All I'm doing here is, you see I've got a line there where it's got to be bent at, across here, and all I'm doing is sticking it in the vise and giving it gentle taps to bring it round. You have to hit it hard enough for stuff to fall off the bench, or you're not hitting it enough. And that's basically how I'm doing it. Bit by bit, you go across from here to there, work your way across and work your way back, just gently knocking it over till you get it to where you want it. This is nearly there now. Right, I'm going to finish this off. I need both hands for this. I'm going to try it up against the car again. I've tried it once and found it needed a little bit more bending. We shall see. I think this might be it after this one. Well, there we go. Fits in there fairly nicely. Needs a bit of trimming over here where I cut it in the wrong place slightly. Made it a bit too large. I'll take a little bit of that off. But now that is basically the right size now. Not worried about this little hole under here. Can always fill that up anyway. That's not a problem. Just got to be very careful around that bit because there's a fucking bolt here that I don't really want to disturb. But I might have to cut it off anyway. Now I'm going to lose the bolt on. I will see. I'll wing it as ever. Right. Ooh, that needs knocking up a bit as well. Let's come down where it should be. This is the right angle. Yeah. That's not right there. Let's come down. Knock that back up again in a minute. Right. Get this metal cleaned up. Now I've got to sort this welder out because this welder over here, this is the one I'm going to be using. I haven't used this one before. My new one. Should be fun. One of these all singing, all dancing IGBT jobbies. I thought it said LGBT initially. I thought it was for people of all flavours. But no, it's IGBT, whatever the fuck that is. All I know is it's an inverter. There we go. Fuck me, there's even bird crap on that. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I've got to get some wire in there. I got gas, I know that much. Yeah, this should be fun. Try this little bugger out and see what it does. Although unfortunately I won't be able to use, I'm not going to need it anyway. It's full 16 amps of intake because this is my only 16 amp outlet. That's the only one I put in. So I should just run it off an ordinary 13 amp, which is fine, it does either. But at 13 amp it puts out slightly less power. Not that that's going to affect me today because I'm only doing thin material anyway. But it's nice to have that extra power if ever I need it for anything thicker. Right then, I better go on and get this sorted out. You don't want to see all that crap anyway. Well, there we go, that's that bit ready. All cleaned up, ready to be welded up. And the other bits will be cleaned up as well. And that should be ready to go. Right, now all I've got to do is fuck about for a bit with this new welder so I know exactly how to set it up. Ah dear, and then get on with this. Well, time's beaten me, as there's a lot of rust I've just found. Fuck. I'm not going to show you the unholy mess I made. It took me ages to find an extra bit of light. Before that I couldn't even pinpoint my fucking welds as to where they should be. I kept hitting the wrong bits. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to cut that out and make a much newer bit because I found the rock goes right around the side as well on that bit. So I'm going to have to make another bit to go on there. Not a problem. But it means that's going to be in another video because this one's going to be long enough as it is. So there we go. I've had enough. And I've got to get back into the house again because being on my own I can't leave for too long because of those two bloody awful mutties. Never mind. I'm getting there. At least I got the other bit done. And this bit, well, it's half done. But I'm going to have to cut it out, make a new bit. I shall start on that tomorrow. Deep joy. Alright, until then, thank you for watching. And thank you all those wonderful new subscribers again. It's great to have so many people on board. I honestly never thought we'd have more than about 3. So it's wonderful that people are, well, laughing at me at least, if nothing else. So take care all of you, and I'll be back here very soon. Bye.